So
I mean,
one of the new features that we're going to have is a arterial bridge that connects to Hayden Island, which means folks who live on the island or who want to get to the island do not have to get on the freeway. So this connects to the local roadway system in Portland. We show roundabouts. These may be signals, but we show roundabouts because that's the most intrusive thing that we would have to plan for. But we also show that North Tomahawk Drive will now get extended underneath the freeway, so you will now have 3 connecting roadways on Hayden Island rather than the 2. And the smaller footprint is that we will have a partial interchange on Hayden Island. So if you are going southbound, you can get off on Hayden Island. If you're going northbound, you can get onto the freeway. The other movements will get moved down to Marine Drive.
If you can connect this, the bikes through there.
Mr. Johnson, why is it necessary that the MAX train goes across the Columbia River? If it takes, there's only one track on the MAX train, so there's no express train. Wouldn't the bus be faster? You can have a express bus.
We looked at bus, and we looked at bus rapid transit as well as light rail. And light rail pencils out to be much faster, can carry more people, because buses eventually have to get back into the flow of traffic, where light rail is on its own guideway. So light rail is what the partners have decided is the best way to move more people. We can't build more through lanes, so getting the light rail extended from Expo Center is right now is the way to make sure we can move people through this corridor in the future and give them opportunities to get out of those single occupancy vehicles. And if you see all the growth that's happening on the waterfront in Vancouver, we'll have a station on the waterfront at this location. We'll have a station at Evergreen, and we'll have connectors where we will be tying C-Trans bus rapid transit system to tie in and help feed ridership on light rail.
What about, is it possible to do free fares? Because the transit gets 10% of their revenue from the ticket, and 90% comes from subsidies, government subsidies, payroll taxes, other kinds of things. If you made it free, you'd certainly get more riders.
And that's a policy decision that TriMet and C-Tran will have to work out. There are some transit agencies that are looking at free rides. That's a decision for the owners of the light rail system and the operators of the light rail system to make that decision.
I lived right across the railroad tracks from Union Station, and there's a bridge across the 7 parallel railroad tracks, but the 2-story elevator that goes up to the bridge never worked, because all the junkies and the homeless people in the winter time, they'd smash the elevator, it wouldn't work, and I don't think the elevators worked in 3 years. And I'm wondering how long the elevator is going to work to bring people up to the max.
Well, one of the things that you have to realize is that maintenance of a system is only as good as the investments, and the people are willing to support the agency to make those investments. If the agency doesn't have enough money to spread over their system to maintain it, then you will get poor service. But if the system is healthy and they have enough revenue coming from those other sources you mentioned, then you will have a good running system. I'm sure you've been to New York, you've seen their system. you don't see broken and things that don't work because they fund their system very well, and it's old, but it operates tremendously well. So it's a matter of what people will tolerate. If they will tolerate broken elevators, you'll get broken elevators.
So, what are your primary sales pitches to people who live on Hayden Island? If you're going to sell this to Hayden Island residents.
First off, this is going to be disruptive to Hayden Island. We recognize that. But if you look at that old bridge that sits on Hayden Island, it's old. It's an eyesore. You have to use the freeway to get on and off. We're given options and alternatives. The bike and pedestrian facility will allow folks on Hayden Island, if you want to comfortably walk across to Vancouver to the waterfront, this will be an easy way to move through. If you never want to get on the freeway, this arterial bridge will give you opportunities to
How do you
not
get
on that
from
freeway.
Whitaker Road to Hayden Island?
Say again?
How do you get from Delta Park to Hayden Island?
So let me make sure. I should be asking one of our design engineers, but there will be ways. So
Who would you like?
Casey is busy, but can you grab Casey or Shilpa? And then, but the local street system will now be a way for folks to move around rather than having to get on the freeway, which will hopefully unclog some of the freeway. Stacy.
Hey Tom, nice to see you.